We're going live right now. We are live on YouTube. For anybody here on the YouTube, I appreciate you guys hopping in. I am going to share my screen with the NFL Mock Draft Simulator. Should be good to go now. Yes, sir. All right, we are all set for the NFL Mock Draft, my official final mock draft. If you guys are watching on the YouTube, I'll let a couple more people trickle in here. I appreciate you guys hopping on. And again, if you're new to the YouTube, make sure you are subscribing. If you're watching on the other socials like TikTok to my right, I would appreciate if you guys followed me there. Gio, I see hopping on the YouTube. I appreciate you. But yeah, guys, on my TikTok, on my YouTube, there are 10 trades in this mock draft. 10 trades. 10 trades. It's going to get crazy. I'm going to start without further ado. Look, Caleb Williams is going first overall. And I partially do kind of think, I don't know, like there's part of my brain that thinks this Drake May, Jaden Daniels stuff is a smokescreen, but I do think Jaden Daniels goes number 2. Here's where it gets really interesting at 3. I've told you guys all over the place. The 10 minutes the New England Patriots are on the clock tonight are going to be the craziest 10 minutes in a long time for the NFL draft. They're going to trade out of it. I think when push comes to shove, they're going to get a really good offer to trade out of it. I think it's going to be the Minnesota Vikings. I think the Minnesota Vikings give up this year's first, their 11th, next year's first for 3. Sorry, both their first this year, next year's first for 3 and 34. I think that happens. So Minnesota is on the clock at 3. They trade up for Drake May. I mean, to me, that makes the most sense. If you're trading up, you're getting Drake May. You're not trading up for J.J. McCarthy. However, watch what happens now. So in my thought process, the New York Giants are trying to trade up for a quarterback. I think they are. I think that makes a lot of sense. They're trying to trade up for a quarterback. Do they trade up to 3 for J.J. McCarthy? No, I don't think so. But I think Arizona at 4 is on the phone with the Giants saying, hey, like, you know, we're getting calls all over the place. What do you guys have to offer? Giants give them their offer. They say, okay, we'll get back to you. They call the New England Patriots. I think the Patriots hear the Giants are trying to move up, and I think the Patriots believe that J.J. McCarthy is their guy. I think they hear that, and the New England Patriots actually move back up to 4 and trade with the Arizona Cardinals. Where are they at? Here we go. Trade with the Arizona Cardinals. I know that sounds crazy. They trade 11-23 for 4. Hold on. 11-23, and it was this first right here, for 4 and 27. They move up, and the New England Patriots are back on the clock at 4. Why do they do this? They do this to trade up for J.J. McCarthy. I know it sounds crazy. I know a lot of you guys, I know a lot of you guys are all over the place. I told you the first 4 picks could be quarterbacks. Did not think this is how it would go, but this is how it goes so far. J.J. McCarthy at 4. Again, if you guys are on the YouTube, I appreciate you hopping on. Let me know your 2 cents on the first 4 picks so far. If you guys are on the TikTok, I see to my right. You don't know me. I'm Max. I do football content. Make sure you're following on there if you're not already. But if you want to see the draft picks that are going on right now, I'm showing them on my YouTube. You can go to my profile, click on my YouTube, and watch there. But give me your 2 cents. I'll be a Texans fan if we take JJ. Well, you may want to be a Texans fan then because they're going to be really good, and I think they're going to take JJ. 5 and 6, I'm not going to overthink. Marvin Harrison at 5, Malik Neighbors at 6. I think that makes a lot of sense. But here's where it goes again, guys. Tennessee Titans are on the clock at 7. They see Joe Alt. They see Brock Bowers. They see Talis Fuaga. They understand on the offensive side of the ball, there are some really good players available. I think they know that. I think they acknowledge that. And as crazy as it sounds, I think they trade down, and I think Arizona sees that there's only one of those elite 3 receivers left, and they go back up from 11, where they're at right now, to 7. How crazy would that be? I think it has a real chance of happening, but I think Arizona gets back up into the top 10, picking at 7. I'm just going to force this through. Picking at 7, so Arizona is back on the clock at 7, and they do that to take Rome Odunze. I think they understand the pressing need for a receiver. I appreciate all you guys on the YouTube. I see you. Who the Patriots picked? The Patriots had J.J. McCarthy. Ooh. Patriots picked J.J. McCarthy, but at 4. And if you guys are on the YouTube, you're just joining. Make sure you're subscribed on there. But yeah, I have Rome Odunze at 7 to the Arizona Cardinals. At 8, the Atlanta Falcons take their edge rusher. I think it's Laiatu Latu, but I think the Bears look at this and say, okay, that's our guy. We can probably get Dallas Turner. Do they do that at 9, or do they package? Do they try to get other picks? I don't think the Bears are taking offensive linemen. I've heard some chatter about that. I don't think they're going to. I think Tennessee looks up at 10. They see the Jets, who may take a tackle, say, if we want to get Joe Alt, our tackle, the guy that we like, we need to leapfrog them. So here comes another trade. I think the Chicago Bears trade with the Tennessee Titans. Titans move up 2 spots. Bears pick up an extra pick in the process. And all of a sudden, the Tennessee Titans are on the clock again at 9. They take Joe Alt. The Jets are on the clock at 10. Brock Bowers, best player available. I want to make sure I'm getting this right. Yep, and then Chicago takes Dallas Turner at 11. So this is how the top 11 has gone so far, guys. Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May to the Vikings via trade. J.J. McCarthy at 4 to the Patriots via trade. Marvin Harrison at 5, Malik Neighbors at 6. Rome Odunze at 7 to the Arizona Cardinals via trade. 8, Laiatu Latu to Arizona. 9, Joe Alt to Tennessee via trade. 10, Brock Bowers to the Jets. 11, Dallas Turner to Chicago via trade. And then we are back on the clock with the Denver Broncos at 12. Here comes another trade. I'm sorry, guys. Here comes another trade. If you guys want to look again on my TikTok, if you're on the socials there, go to my profile, go to my Instagram, or go to my YouTube, and you can see all the picks there. But we're going to keep moving. Here comes another trade, though. Denver is in a spot now where they're not going to take quarterback at 12. They know they can load up on some other picks. Teams right behind them aren't going to take quarterbacks. They almost trust that the other teams don't have the ability to leapfrog them. They need to load up on assets, and I think they do from the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think the Jaguars trade up to 12, and I think they get another mid-round pick, day 2 pick in the process. I think Jacksonville trades up to take Cooper DeJean at number 12. See, here's where it gets really interesting because the Raiders are fascinating. They got a lot of needs, if you want to call. I don't know if they're needs. I think tackle is the best bet here. I think they go Talise Fuaga. New Orleans back on the clock here is really tough. I think they also go tackle. I think we see back-to-back tackles. Oli Fashanu. To me, it makes a lot of sense. Now, Indy's on the clock here. I think they go Terrion Arnold, get another DB to add to that room. Seattle's really tough. I think they go Jared Verse. This is the most amount of picks I've gone without a trade, though, guys. I know it's crazy. It's the most amount of picks I've gone without a trade. But I think they go Jared Verse. Jacksonville, again, traded their 17th pick to Denver. Denver back on the clock now. Look, I think this is where they go Michael Penix. I think they know we loaded up. We got an extra pick in the process. We still need to take our quarterback. I think they go Michael Penix here. I think there are at least 5 quarterbacks drafted in the first round, wherever Penix is that I pass him. I think there are 5 quarterbacks taken in the first round. Here comes another trade. The Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock at 18. Look who's picking behind them, though. The Rams, who I don't think need a tackle necessarily, but the Steelers, who need a tackle, the Dolphins, who need a tackle. The Bengals, yes, they need a tackle, but do they want the guys that are available right there at 18, or are they okay with trading down, letting the other teams kind of leapfrog them, figure out what they like, and sitting back, it'll be 3 spots. Spoiler, it's trade with Miami. It'll be 3 spots. I think they're more interested in trading. I think they're more interested in loading up in other picks. And I think they trade with the Miami Dolphins. Miami moves up to 18. And the Miami Dolphins are on the clock at 18, taking J.C. Latham out of Alabama. The Rams are on the clock at 19. See, this is tough. I think they take Quinyon Mitchell here. I think DB makes the most sense for the Rams. 20, I think Pittsburgh takes Jackson Powers Johnson. And then 21, the Bengals back on the clock. I think they take Troy Fautanu. Did I pronounce that right? Troy Fautanu. All right, so I'll walk through the last 10 picks. If you guys are on the TikTok, you want to see the picks actually go down, you can go to my profile and go to my Instagram. But the last 10 picks, 12 was Jacksonville after a trade with Denver, taking Cooper DeJean. 13 is Talise Fuaga to the Raiders. 14 is Oli Fashanu to the Saints. 15 is Terrion Arnold to the Colts. 16 is Jared Verse to the Seahawks. 17 after the trade. Here's Denver on the clock again. Michael Penix to Denver. 18 after a trade, J.C. Latham to Miami. 19, Quinyon Mitchell to the Rams. 20, Jackson Powers Johnson to the Steelers. 21, Troy Fautanu to the Bengals via trade. Crazy stuff going on, guys. Crazy stuff going on. Gio, I appreciate you subbing on the YouTube. Alexander, you think Atlanta takes Turner? I think it's going to be really close between Turner and Laiatu. Okay, 22. Pick 22 is the Philadelphia Eagles. I have them taking Nate Wiggins. I think that makes the most sense. I think they build some DB depth. 23. See, 23 is really fascinating for me because now it's the Arizona Cardinals pick after a trade, right? You can go receiver. You can try to get some depth. I think they bulk up the interior defensive line, to be honest with you. I think they go Byron Murphy here. 24, Dallas is where another trade happens. You look at the teams picking at the end of the first round. Buffalo, I'm not going to say Detroit. Buffalo, Kansas City, Baltimore. Like, they need receivers. I don't think Dallas is pressed to try to make any big moves, any big draft picks. I think the Bills trade up here. I don't think you're going to like who they're trading up for, though. I think this is going to surprise you guys. I have the Bills trading up and drafting. Ready for this? Scroll down a little bit here. Keon Coleman out of Florida State. I think Keon Coleman finds his way into the first round today. I know it sounds crazy. I know it's not the flashiest pick. I think they take Keon Coleman, 25 Green Bay on the clock. I think they take Jerzon Newton, 26 Tampa Bay on the clock. I have them taking Kool-Aid McKinstry, 27 Tennessee on the clock. This is where I have Adonai Mitchell going. New England, Adonai Mitchell. Look, I think the Patriots need a receiver. I think they need some speed, dynamic playmaking ability. That's where Mitchell goes. 28, Dallas back on the clock via Buffalo. I have them taking Amarius Mims at tackle. 29, Detroit. I have them taking Chop Robinson. 30, here's where another trade comes in. This is the last trade of the first round. I think you guys are going to love this, though. Carolina Panthers, I think, move up 3 spots back into the first round. I know it sounds crazy. Back into the first round to trade up and draft. Oh, hold on. I messed this up. There we go. Okay. To trade up and draft Brian Thomas Jr. I think Brian Thomas slips a little bit. I think Brian Thomas goes 30 to Carolina. I think at 31, we see San Francisco take Graham Barton at tackle. Then at 32 is really tough because you can go a lot of different ways with the Chiefs. I think they take Ladd McConkey. I know it sounds crazy. I think they take Ladd McConkey. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you guys on the YouTube. I'm going to stay on the TikTok here for another minute or so, but I appreciate you guys watching. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. I will see you a little bit later for the actual draft tonight. All right, TikTok. How crazy was that?